Today, we're going to be talking about pressing to handstand and 5 exercises you can use to help you achieve that. People commonly think that being able to press to handstand is about one thing, strength.
But what about flexibility?
Flexibility is really important.
And what about correct technique?
You know, that's a really good point.
So, 3 things then.
Strength, flexibility, and the right technique.
Luckily for you guys, this video is going to contain exercises to help you with all 3 of those. What would you do without me?
I would live a much quieter and much simpler life.
Shh. Exercise number 1. Okay.
For this, you're going to need a physio ball / exercise ball. If you don't have one lying around at home, nearly every gym in the world will have one somewhere. In my experience, gyms have terrible security. Hashtag don't steal from gyms. The first exercise looks simple, but is deceptively tricky and devilishly effective. We're going to use a physio ball to help replicate some of the movements and demands of the press to handstand. And remember, every big journey begins with a small step.
All my journeys begin with a small step. I've got tiny feet.
We're going to hold a push-up position with our shins on the physio ball. You're going to take your regular push-up position, butt squeezed, tight stomach and shoulder blades protracted, which is just a fancy word for rounded. The instability of the physio ball is already going to make this difficult for some of you. If you're struggling to maintain just a push-up position here, don't worry about the next bit and just do holds of 30 seconds until you're able to better find stability. If this is already no sweat for you, then we are going to turn it up a notch.
All the way to 11.
From your push-up position, you're going to move your shoulders and subsequently your body forwards into a small planche, and nothing is going to change in your shoulder blades, butt or stomach. The only thing that's changed is the shoulder angle and position of your body in space. From there, you're going to draw your feet in and your hips up by pushing down into your shoulders and hands. We're going to hold this position for a second and then lower back down to the start position. That counts as 1. We're going to do 6 and we're going to do 6 3 times.
You want to keep your shoulders as close to your ears as possible. This means at the top, you want to be pushed up tall.
Don't confuse this with pushing your shoulders open.
Keep your legs straight and your feet pointed.
When you lower back down, don't push your shoulder back over your hand. Keep your shoulders forwards of the hand the entire time during this exercise. This is going to ensure that the shoulder is kept under constant tension. Exercise number 2 is one of my favorites. It's called a Pseudo.
It's called a Pseudo planche push-up.
These are a challenging push-up variation. So if you're unable to do at least 8 exemplary regular push-ups, don't worry about these just yet.
You're going to take your regular push-up position on the floor. Upper back nice and rounded and keep that butt and stomach nice and tight. The only difference is we're going to turn our hands out between 45 and 90 degrees.
You're going to shift your shoulders forwards significantly. If this position hurts your wrists, try turning them out a little more. And if it still hurts, skip this exercise until your wrists are either more flexible or a little stronger.
From that position, you're going to execute a push-up. You need to keep your scapula protracted and your butt and stomach tight the whole time, keeping your elbows to your sides and not letting them flare out. The moral of the story is, don't get saggy. Stay tight. Repeat after me. I am not an old man's testicles. I am taut and virile, like youthful testicles.
I'm not repeating that. Make sure you're pushing back up to the start position and not pushing back to a regular push-up position. We want to keep the shoulder in front of the hand the entire time. And make sure you're actually going all of the way down. No cheating.
Nipples to the floor. If you're struggling, you can rub ice cubes on them to make them erect, thus decreasing the distance until they touch the floor.
Hashtag lifehack. Aim to build to 3 sets of 12 repetitions.
Exercise number 3. We're going to work on your flexibility. The better you're able to fold forwards, the easier it will be to press.
You're going to need an object. Hopefully you have something nearby. No, it's too big. Too small. That'll do. You're also going to need a wall, which I hope you would have nearby.
Test and retest your flexibility before you try exercises like this so that you're able to tell if it's working or not. So we'll test two positions, your straddle
Jesus.
and your start position for your press.
Is that it?
And then we'll test them again and see if they've improved. You're going to sit in a narrowish straddle and hold the object in your hands. You're going to hold it above your head with straight arms and as straight a back as you can manage. You're going to fold over forwards and try and touch the floor in front of you. At the end range, you're going to isometrically contract, which is a fancy way of saying tense, and hold for a count of 2. Then come back to the starting position. You're going to do that again. Do that 19 more times. Each time, try and touch further in front of you than the last. Even on a stiff idiot like this guy, we're going to be able to see an improvement. Imagine the wonders it can do for you if you're someone that's not an idiot.
What? Exercise number 4. There are 3 sections of the press to handstand. We're going to show you how to train each section of the press handstand individually. We're going to adjust the height of the floor to give us a little cheeky advantage. If you struggle with the beginning section, you'll raise the mats only a couple of inches. If you struggle with the middle section, we'll raise the mats to roughly just higher than your knee. And if you struggle with the end, we're going to raise the mats pretty bloody high up, and they'll be about the height of your upper thigh. For all of these, you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to kneel down with your toes tucked under and have just the top of your shins on the edge of the mat. You'll place your hands on the floor just in front. You're going to push through your feet and legs and begin loading the shoulders by letting them come forwards over the hands. You're then going to try and lift your feet or drag them, depending on the height, off of the mat, and then continue to complete the remainder of your press to handstand. Even if you can't quite lift a handstand from these positions, it's still a really good idea to just try and hover off the mat stack.
Building that isometric strength, yo! Science, bitches.
You can use this exercise to attack the specific areas you're struggling with, and if you're struggling with every area, then you just got a great 3-for-1 bargain. Try and perform 5 sets of 5 reps. It's 25, that's it.
Huh?
We're going to show you a great little series of exercises that you're able to play with and make your own. I don't know if they have a name. I've just always called them advanced bunny hops. You're going to crouch down like you're going to do a press to handstand, but you're going to reach your hands a little further forwards than normal. Put weight into your hands and straighten your legs. Ideally, we're going to lift our feet off the floor using only our strength, but you can use a little jump. The goal is that we hover in this position. Try and float and then come back down to the starting position, move your hands forwards and go again. We're still trying to keep a good position the whole time. That means shoulders pushed tall, back rounded, arms straight. You can do these forwards, backwards, sideways, in pike, straddle, tuck, or with all kinds of crazy leg choreography. The strength required for pressing to handstand is incredibly specific, and this exercise and their variations are a great way to hit that specific strength in slightly different ways.
These are great exercises to add to your warm-ups. If you want to make them into a conditioning exercise, aim for 10 to 15 with a 1 to 5 second hold.
We come to the last one. Exercise number 5. Pressing to handstand with a spot. You will obviously need a partner.
The flyer should take their position, the spotter should make a gun with their hands, and you're going to put those guns in the hip crease. The thumbs on the lower back. You're going to use your hands to help make the movement easier for them. By holding and helping to control the hips, you're able to reduce some of the demand on the shoulders.
By doing this, you're assisting their body to do the job. We don't advise using your knees to block the shoulders, as the shoulder coming forwards and getting loaded and getting worked is exactly what we're trying to encourage. When you block the shoulder, you stop their shoulder from working, you're doing the job for their body rather than helping their body with the job. Over time, you'll be able to have your spotter do less and less until you're doing it all by yourself. When we have a spot assisting us, we want to be performing these presses as close to perfect as possible. Arms straight, rounded spine, rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae. We're trying to build a good press handstand technique and movement pattern into your body. There's no point in doing all of this work if we're just building a faulty pattern. If any of those things aren't happening, you probably need your spotter to take more weight to allow you to really feel and be able to do these with the correct form. These exercises will go a long way to help you improve or achieve your press to handstand. Being able to press to handstand is a huge milestone in your acrobatic journey, but it's not going to come overnight. You need to work hard, and you need to work hard consistently in order for it to happen. You keep plugging away, and eventually you'll get there.
And if not, just eagerly await 5 more exercises to help you with your press to handstand. Welcome to my office. I've been expecting you. Here, have a seat.
Shut up.
Glad you found the time for me to have this chat with you.
I do.
So, first things first.
Am I fired? Are you firing me from standing acrobatics?
Yeah.
You're firing me from the thing I started. You invited me to your office, and your office seems to be just some physio balls in a room. You invited me to your office.
Hey, Google have physio balls in their offices.
I really don't think Google would hire you, though.
Why not? Why would Google not? I'm innovative.
You're not
I'm
innovative.
innovative.
No, you're not innovative.
I'm innovative.
You're
I'm innovative.
No.
Okay.
I said we're just trying. We need to say like some things about pressing the handstand to like round this whole
gotcha,
video out.
Gotcha.
You know?
Round it up like my butt. Bubble butt.
You can't say that. You can't start singing bubble butt. I call her big booty because she got a big booty.
I had something really funny to say, and
It'd be
now
really
I
good if you
can't,
could say it.
I can't remember. But hey, you know what we should have done for this video?
Oh God.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Give it a chance.
Yep.
80s workout gear
80s workout gear.
with the leotards with the thongs and we should have had the theme music in the background to like.
What's the music?
The call on me, call on me, call on me. With a headband. You with a headband.
We don't have any headbands,
We'll find one.
but we've already filmed it.
No, but we haven't filmed the trailer.
No, but the trailer is made from clips from the episode.
Shit.